Ah, man. Stalley is in the building, man.
Yes.
What up, brother?
What's going on?
Man, this is, hey, why not? Just tell the people it's part 2.
Yeah.
We doing it again.
Right.
Pause. Sheesh.
Pause.
I'm going crazy. Man.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, the chemistry, the conversation was just good, bro. And I appreciate you for real, man.
Nah, I appreciate you.
The vibe, the energy is genuine. And I
Yes.
feel like we hear this a lot, and I don't want to sound like beating a dead drum, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
dead horse, but like we don't get that a lot in the industry.
We don't. And that's why I wanted to make sure that we get this part 2 and we get it right. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was right. But you know,
it was.
we make sure that we get everything and that we need to get and touch on all the conversations that we need to touch on. Because like you said, it isn't I mean, I was telling you, like it isn't, you know, it's rare when you find someone who does their research, who actually genuinely cares, and has unique and thoughtful questions. You know what I'm saying? And allows someone like myself or anyone that comes and sits in this chair to have a voice and be able to speak.
Nah, man, I appreciate you for pulling up again. I thank you for entrusting me, you know what I'm saying? And just being open to like, every question I had you answered.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It mean a lot. I mean, it's funny because people might not see how much that mean, but it means a lot because everybody is not like that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just curious, man, just from our conversation, we was breaking bread together, eating and shit. What does it mean to be a good person and not just be a good person, but in the music industry?
Man, I think it means everything because I was speaking to you know, some followers the other night on live, and I have a record called Put Some Good In, and I was telling them that like that is a record that is one of probably like the top 3, definitely top 5 records from me, because when I started making music, that was the goal, to put some good in. You know what I mean? Whenever I thought about being an artist, I know a lot of artists or athletes don't want to be a role model. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that type of pressure on them. But when I thought about getting into the music industry and becoming an artist, was to walk correctly in the light of God, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's a debate in that too, where people be like, oh, music is, you know, for me it's haram, and you know, music isn't supposed to, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, I try to be that beacon of light, to be a voice for the voiceless and for people who are like me, who are like-minded, have the same sensibilities, might have grew up in the same circumstances I have, or maybe I observed people that grew up in circumstances not like mine, but I just observed the circumstance and I'm able to speak on it and it touches other people. So being a good person is putting some good in, whether you're in the industry or not, just giving goodness to the world. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a sign
Giving guidance.
It's a
giving
sign
knowledge.
that goes around is the good guy always finish last. And a lot of times we see people who aren't the best at being good people in those moments, because I'm going to be fair to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has a moment, right? But we see people that aren't as good as being a good person in spurts and moments and times, and they rise fast.
Yeah.
So if we come up and we see that constantly, and that's what's shown to us, like the good guy finished last, what's my motivation to be put some good in?
The motivation should be you standing on business, like they say. You know what I mean? You standing on your own morals, your own beliefs, that you can do it your way. You don't have to be a follower. You don't have to, I guess, you don't have to conform to anybody's, you know, way of, because even me as an artist, there's always someone telling me how to make music, how to act, how to even post on social media, how to be. There's always somebody in you know, telling you or thinking they can do what you do better, right? So you just got to believe and trust in yourself and know that what you feel and what you came here to do, whether it in any aspect or any avenue of life, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you do in life, whether it's teacher, music, bus driver, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know that your way is the way and trust in that. You know what I mean? Have faith in that.
We're going to talk about some things we already touched on, so just letting you know so I don't feel awkward.
Nah.
Before, last time we was talking about, we opened the show with like just talking about you being married. Something that you said, it hit home for me because it's something that I say a lot, and you was like, man, I really want to do the right thing under God.
Yes.
And I was like, that's something that I used to say a lot. Well, I've said a lot. And I could see how it could come off wrong to my wife because, of course, women want to hear, I don't know, the fairy tale. Right?
Yeah.
Because I really love you and, you know, you're the best person I've met. And that could be true. But for men, that's not the reason we kind of propose.
Right.
And I was wondering, how do you convey that to your wife?
Man,
is that a conversation that you even have?
I mean, it's part of the conversation for sure because that is, you know, that's the goal, you know what I'm saying, to do things and to step in the light, you know what I mean, to say, you know, walk in the right path. So that is definitely a conversation, and I feel like when you are equally yoked in that way and you have the same beliefs or the same, you know, again, I'm gonna say sensibilities, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an easy conversation. Also, as men, right, we the leaders of of family. Like you have kids, I have kids, right? So that's another thing. Like I want to make sure that if I ever leave this earth, they're taken care of. You see, that's a big part that people don't realize. Like if I wasn't married and then I leave this earth, and I have a catalog of music, I have businesses, I have whatever I have in my name, who's, you know what I mean? I want that to be my wife, my children. I want to know that when I leave, it's taken care of and it's in the right hands. It's not in the lawyer's hands or in the label, you know, because you see those kind of arguments or those fights when it comes to people's estate or people's business, whatever it is that they own. So yeah, man, that's part of it. Definitely, you know, I feel like you're rewarded, you know, by God when you're doing the things
By God.
By God. Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy because I think where I went wrong, where I was going wrong was, I think I wasn't adding. I don't want to say fluff. I'm trying to say it the right way, but just understanding the conversation, who I'm having the conversation with, right? Like as a man, we can have these conversations and be like, man, I want my blessings from God. I'm doing it because, you know, it's the right thing to do. I want to make my wife happy and things like that. But that probably shouldn't be the conversation to have with my wife, right? Especially in that way.
Yeah.
I think that's where I was going wrong because I made it known that, man, this is for God, right? Because for me, the reason why I'm here is because of the things you want to hear. But when we're talking specifically for marriage, my reason is because of God. Is because I know it'll make you happy. That's my reason, right? But I know that's something that you probably don't want to hear, right?
Right.
But if you ask me the right question, I guess, right? I mean, I guess men are like, they say logical thinkers. If you ask me why are you still here, it's because I love you, right? Because you're the woman that I want to be with, right? That's not necessarily the reason I'm marrying you, but I don't know, I guess just knowing how to have the conversation.
Yeah, and I think I said it before. It's like, it feels like completion. You feel whole too. You know what I mean? When you have that better half, you know, that, you know, there's many the rib or whatever, you know, whatever people say. It's that, you know what I mean? It just feels like the right thing. You know, I know we keep saying like doing the right thing under God, but it feels like the right thing because it is the right thing. And obviously all of those things, because we are men. So if we're talking about loving someone, caring about someone, wanting to protect someone, wanting to make sure they are, they don't have no worries when it comes to financial or being safe out in this world, that's obvious. Or it should be, because through our actions, you know what I'm saying? Or how we carry ourselves and how we carry our marriage and our family.
No, in fact, I waited like 6 years to get married. I know some people said that was long. You was 15 years.
But you know, there's time, like, again, we humans, so there was time apart. It wasn't a straight 15 years, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say it's natural, but it happens. But again, I would have did it the first day I met her.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I feel like, because people sleep on this, man. I feel like it's hard to propose later because you exposed to all the flaws in each other.
Yeah.
Like we both are flawed.
Right.
When you first meet somebody, it's like you're the best person I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like is that what is it called? The honeymoon stage.
Yeah, the honeymoon
right?
stage.
And it's easy to float away with the butterflies and fly with the skies and you know what I'm saying, the flowers and things like that.
Skip through the
Yeah, it's easy to do that. But then as you get to know each other, it's like I want to spend my entire life with you. But I was talking about this again with my wife. I was like, man, a lot of the problems that we're having in our relationship is because we're starting backwards. And I know this might not be a conversation you want to have, and we're gonna get into the music, but it's just we're having a lot of these issues because I mean we talking. I know you Muslim, I'm Christian, but a lot of the things still align. We're having sex before we married. We're doing a lot of things that we're not supposed to do, and we're wondering why we're having these problems. I feel like if we was to get married early, that would eliminate the breaks because now we have that commitment. Right? It's like you're not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. We gotta get this right because we made this oath under God. Right. That's if you somebody that believe in God and want to follow that way. I mean,
and that's real and that's true because it's like it's a different type of commitment. It's a lot harder to walk out the door. It's easier when you're not committed or when you're not married. You like, all right, go do your thing. I'll do my thing. Whatever. Like but like you said, it is harder to propose later on. It's harder to even come back after breakups or whatever the case may be because again, it's just it leaves gaps. You know what I'm saying? So you can easily fall into those conversations, or you can easily arguments or whatever it is. You can be like you said, working backwards.
No, in fact, do you think commitment is hard?
I don't. I think when we was talking about earlier, like when you said something about
the environment.
Yes, the environment, and just like I think that I would be lying if I would say like growing up a certain way or around certain having certain examples didn't influence me to think that I needed or felt like I was moving a certain way. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Maturity plays a part in that too. You know what I mean? Just not kind of knowing or being. Sometimes you got to sit back and be direct with yourself and to assure like this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. All the outside noise doesn't matter. I think sometimes we listen to much of the outside noise that can sway us different ways.
Yeah, I'm be 100 with you. So I would say it's gotten easy, but initially it was hard because of, again, we talk about that standard that the environment created. And I'm talking specifically for men. And it's like growing up, having multiple women was your badge of honor coming up, right? And they said when I was a kid, I thought as a kid until I became an adult and I put aside my childish ways, right? I feel like coming up, that was my badge of honor for so long that when I got into a relationship, the easy thing was to be like, man, I don't gotta do this. I'm gonna just do my thing. Right. That was easy. I think the harder thing, but that's with anything. When we talk about commitment, that's with going to the gym. It's times where I don't feel like doing 5 miles. It's times where when I want to eat something unhealthy. It's times where I want to do the wrong thing. And I feel like doing the right thing can get hard at times.
Of course.
I've definitely.
No, of course.
So yeah.
I mean, just even. Staying on your dean, you know what I'm saying? Like Facts. It's hard. You know what's right, but it's hard to stay on that path sometimes. But we're human, you know what I'm saying?
What helps you continue to I guess do the right thing or do what's right even though it get hard? What helps you do that?
I definitely think that, a lot of it is just religion, you know what I mean? Just being tied, trying to remind myself anytime I think and it's not even in a relationship or anything, but just anytime I think negative in life, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been through a lot, even like past few years, just battling, just trying to stay mentally healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make sure that I keep, my foot on the pedal, you know what I'm saying? And I stay on path of what I came to do. You know what I mean? And that's just provide for my family, make sure that everybody around me is good, create amazing music, you know what I mean? Give it to the people who love and support me, and you know, and then again, do everything right in the eyes of God.
It's crazy how we talking from like two different perspectives, two different religions, but still got that one commonality of God. And it's crazy because like I was talking about people, it's so easy for people to do the wrong thing because they don't understand the value of God. Right? And that's basically what you're saying. So for me, again, I was talking about the relationship thing.
Right.
When it do get hard, when the going do gets tough, it's like, no, I understand the value of where I'm trying to get to.
Exactly.
Same with working out, same with like whatever. It's like, I know the value in staying in shape. And I know if I don't, what it can cost me. Is this worth my life? Same with your relationship. Like, if you really believe in God, like, is this worth my life, my soul? Right? Like, so it's like we can play with it. I'm just saying, we're gonna have a real conversation.
Yeah.
We can play with it if you want.
Right.
But it's like, bro, what are you willing to risk for?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, like, okay, cool. And I'm just talking to my homie, my young guys out there, like, yeah, you wanna go fuck off or whatever.
Right.
Is it worth your soul?
Exactly.
If you're married, right? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, nah.
Even if you were in a committed relationship or trying to be in a committed relationship, is it worth it?
No, because
Yeah.
bro, really, if you want to be real, bro, figuratively, we're all the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I talk to my home, like when I'm going through things with my girl, my wife, I call my homie, right? And I might vent, and guess what they say? Bro, mine the same, bro. They do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, they showed me that. All right, so are you going to leave her because you think the grass is green? It's going to be the same thing. It's the same issue. Same with men.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure your wife had a conversation with her other friends.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I hate when he just don't do this. And I'm probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably a little messy. I'm probably like, bro, it's the same shit as you complain about. Like, you gonna leave just to go through the same. It's just like, bro, you win in the end by staying with somebody that's gonna really love you, because you might not see it right now.
Right.
Oh, we having a crazy conversation. But what happened is, don't wait when it's too late.
Yeah.
When you can't get up.
Right.
When you can't take care of your own self.
Yeah.
When you can't use the bathroom when you, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
And I know, like, it might be easier. Like, what up, dog? People take it for granted because you can pick up a glass.
Yeah.
People take it for granted because you can go to the bathroom and wipe yourself.
Right.
People take that for granted. But what happened is, in those moments when you can't do that on your own, it's going to show by how everybody you encountered and how you treated those people.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh my God.
And I mean, and just being real, like, I mean, we're human. So, I mean, we've all been hurt people. You know what I mean? And how long do you want to do that too? You know what I'm saying?
So how you want to be remembered?
Right.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
That's exactly right. Like, how do you want to be remembered?
This might be better than last time.
Yeah.
Let's get into the music, bro. We ain't even getting into it.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. Yo, let me ask you this, because you from Ohio.
Yep.
What's the exact city?
Yeah, Massillon,
Ohio.
Yes.
Small time city.
Small town.
Small city. And you take pride in being from Massillon, right?
I do.
I don't know where Massillon is.
Yeah.
Where is this?
It's Tiger Town, but it's Ohio. So it's northeastern Ohio, but it's next to, you know where Canton is, the Football Hall of Fame? You
heard of Canton. Yeah, I heard of
So
Canton.
it's right next to Canton.
Okay.
And it's like, so I try to explain it. Like, if geographically or like I think it's like you will go Massillon, Canton, Akron, Cleveland.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Kinda. Like, or maybe it's Massillon, Canton, Akron, Cleveland. Something like that.
I'm
if y'all
pretty sure,
know, y'all can.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm pretty sure people in Massillon care to know about
yeah,
that.
exactly. That's it.
But we don't even care.
Right.
No. I'm messing.
I feel you.
But you moved to New York, right?
Yes.
You had hoop dreams.
Yes.
And I was curious. I didn't get a chance to ask you this. How much of an impact on your music career you think New York had to how you make music and your style of music compared to Ohio?
Man, I think it's both kind of equal because I feel like even before I moved to New York had an impact on me musically when it comes to hip hop.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to hip hop,
That's fair.
because I was, still very heavy on the Nas's, the Wu-Tangs, the Jays, the Biggies, everybody that comes with that. That's growing up. So heavy influence there, but also the Midwest. You know what I mean? Like being from Ohio, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Also, not even outside of music. Excuse me. You got the OJs, you got the Isley Brothers, you got Bootsy Collins, you got all, this funk music, this soul music, this R&B music, Levert, guys like. So again, that's why if you listen to my production, it's very musical, it's kind of soul sample-y. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a producer, but that's what I always gravitated towards with my ear. The storytelling part comes from that as well. But also, the South is heavy influences too, like, Scarface and people like that.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. So you go to New York to play basketball.
Yeah.
You get hurt. You went to
LIU.
Yeah. You get hurt. Were you rapping in Ohio? Like where did you want to do music come from?
So growing up, I always like kind of wrote raps, right? In a notebook. I never I ain't gonna say I never, but I recorded a few times. Like we had my homie AD May, rest in peace. Like he had a home studio. I would go down there and record here and there. And they used to make beats and stuff too. So rapping over their beats, sometimes rapping over instrumentals, whatever. So it's always been there. But it wasn't until I got to New York, and It was after school. It was after the hoop dreams. I was just kind of trying to make my way and find my way through New York, working any job that I could just to stay in New York. I was sleeping on couches, sleeping with friends. A couple of my friends and their parents like let me stay.
Before you continue, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm curious. Why did you make it your priority to stay in New York? Why not just go back home?
Because wasn't nothing in Massillon. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I mean, you don't know where it's at, but it's just it's a small town. It wasn't a lot. I just knew going back there, it wouldn't be a lot of opportunity.
Okay.
So it was like very important for me to stay in New York, and I sacrificed a lot. Like I was literally like homeless, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was whatever I had to do to stay in New York because I didn't know it was music, but I knew it was something there for me that could better my life. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
So you knew that?
I just had that feeling.
Because we both believe in God, though, what was the prayer answer to show you that it was music, though?
It was just, so I would be... So how it started is, like, I would always rap, like starting at LIU, people would come and get me when they were ciphering, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my roommate at the time, we actually started like an open mic night on the campus and in the cafeteria. They let us get the cafeteria, and we would I think we did it once a month, which was a big hit. Everybody would come out. We let everybody come sing, do poetry, rap, whatever it was.
So you was like the host, the
but
MC
I was
almost.
the MC. Yeah,
Okay,
me and my roommate at the time, John P. Shout out to him if he watching. But we would host it, and we would get like the talent to come out and kind of let everybody come and showcase their talents or whatever. So, with that, I had fun with that. Again, I would grab the mic. We would rap here and there. He also rap, so we would rap here and there. Make a longer story short, years later, I started working in retail, streetwear. I had a homie, my man Dice. He used to work at a store called Prohibit, and then we had my dude Kensei, who ran Prohibit from Japan. He's a Japanese guy, ran the store from Japan, and he had like 30 dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like they was all Japanese. I believe they were all from Japan, like originally, but came there, whether they was like exchange students, whatever. Would skateboard with those guys, hang out with those guys in the store. Come to find out, Kensei makes beats. They know I rap. They got me in the studio. And that's really what kicked it off. Because after that, I played the CD in the store, and then Mos Def walked in the store. He heard it. He asked for the CD. I gave it to him. He liked the music, told me I had talent. At the time, Mos is somebody that, I admired or looked up to. So I was like, oh, it's a go. I got something here.
So wait. Don't just skip past that. How did that happen? Like, wait, tell me the whole story. How did that happen? He just gave him your tape.
No, I gave him it. So anyways, like I said, we used to skateboard. So the store was on Elizabeth and Mott, like in Soho. So we would always meet there and go from there and skate up to Union Square every night. And then we would just skate like for hours and hours. After the store usually closed about 7:00. So we would all just hang out no matter whenever everybody's doing whatever. So I get the CD that I recorded 5-6 records off of.
How long were you making music though from this time?
This was my first time. So this was my first time actually making a demo.
That's what right?
Demo. Yeah, no. Like,
okay, cool.
This was my first time ever making the demos over his beats. Some was instrumental, some was the guy Kensei's beats. And he's on Tokyo Vice right now, which is crazy. The show on HBO Max. But anyways, I just plugged him. But so first time I ever made music. I get the CD back. The dude calls, the engineer hits me and is like, yo, the CD is ready. I go get it. I take it to the store because I knew everybody was hanging out there and we was going to skate later. We played it, pop it in right away. I give it to Kensei. He puts it in. We playing it through the store. Mos Def just happens to walk in the store. And then I don't even know if he remembers. He got to remember this, though, because I think we spoke about it before. But I don't know if he remembers. But he walked in the store. He was like, yo, who's this? And then the dude Kensei's like, that's him. And Mos look at me like, that's you? I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, okay, that's nice. So then he goes looking through the clothes some more, because he's shopping. Another song comes on. And then I think I was rapping over the kick push beat on this song, on that particular song. It was like a freestyle rapping over Lupe Fiasco's kick push beat. And then he's like, this is you? And then I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, you nice. So before he left, he was like, yo, you got a CD that I can take with me? And then I was like, I literally just got this CD probably like 45 minutes ago. I was like, but you can have it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's Mos Def. And then so he gave it to me. He wrote on the card, like on a business card, he wrote his number and his information. He was like, yo, hit me up. I love to, chop it up, build with you, whatever. Then he took the CD, left. They had security out front because they would have security kind of monitoring how many people come in and out of the store. And the security guard, opened the door. Mos got into his truck and he was like, and the security guard came back and told me, he was like, yo, when Mos left, he put the CD in, they rolled off playing it or whatever. I was like, oh.
Yo, what are the odds?
I know.
Yo, but first of all, I want to give you a props with how you tell the story. It remind me of, I don't know if you remember, was it Kanye West, College Dropout? When I hear you tell a story, it's a song where Kanye was explaining a story where he rapped his rap to Jay-Z. And I think he said, I got mayonnaise color beans, I put Miracle Whips.
Yeah.
like the way you tell a story, you got to put the instrumental over it because it remind me of that song. I'm like, all I can just hear is,
that's one of my favorite songs. That's
all I can think about.
Yeah.
So wait, so your first demo you make.
Yes.
Mos Def gets it.
Yes.
Is Mos Def then?
Yeah. This is like Miss Fat Booty Mos Def.
Wait.
Well, maybe this is New Danger Mos Def, I think.
So, what's going through your mind as the security say, yo, he drove off playing your music? Like, what you thinking?
Everybody, first of all, I'm kind of down, but everybody was like losing it. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, like, it was like, it was like a movie. Like everybody's like running around the store, like, oh, it's most like, you know what I'm saying? They hype. And I'm hyped too. I'm playing it reserved, but I'm like, dang, that's cool. But then at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that was my only copy of that. Like, I can't even take it home and like listen to it. Oh, wow. So I had to hit the engineer up and just be like, yo, I need another one. I gave it to Mos Def, like, type of thing. But no, it was definitely, it was reassuring. You know what I'm saying? Because they would always tell me, but I'm thinking they just the homies. Like, oh, yo, you dope. Like, rap over my beats or make some music, But to actually have Mos come in, who is a supreme lyricist, one of, like, whether you listen or not, he's like one of the top MCs. So for him to actually say that I was nice and ask for the CD and to actually play it you know, as he's driving off, telling the other people that were in the truck, like, yo, check this dude out. He was just in the store, yada, yada. That's dope.
Yo, so how long after did you speak to him again? You gave me a number?
Yeah, no, he gave me his number. So
Okay.
he gave me his number. I think it was and this, I don't know if he remembers it. So there was I actually did a show in London, and he was like on the show.
Wait, you gotta give me time. How long?
This was probably
Because you ain't just dropped.
No,
So you just dropped
it
the
wasn't.
demo.
It was
Mos Def did
right.
it. Now you on tour in London.
Right,
like, what the hell is going on?
No, it was like, I'm trying to think of the timeline. It might have been a year or 2 years later. It might have been like a year. I can't remember.
Then.
I can't remember.
So you was on tour
day.
in London 2 years after.
I was
your
like,
first demo.
I wasn't on tour, but I was doing shows.
You was doing a show.
So I went over there with a group. I actually went over there with a group of guys, some other artists, and another guy who was actually throwing shows in Brooklyn, New York, that I used to do a lot. He used to throw this like, I believe it was also a monthly show that he did at Sputnik, which is in like by Lafayette Gardens, like in the Fort Greene area of like Fort Greene, Bed-Stuy, like borderline. But anyways, so I went over there, and that's how that came about. Like the whole show and everything came about. And then it happened to be like Mos was over there. I think maybe Tyler. It might have been Black Star and like a couple other guys
In London.
That's a crazy thing. So I went from doing like local shows in New York, like all over the city. Like I tell people, I say this like sometimes jokingly, but I'm dead serious. There isn't a venue. Now there's new venues, but from like probably up until I want to say the pandemic, there isn't a venue in New York City where you can rap at that I haven't performed at. Except for the Madison Square Garden. That's the only place I've never performed in New York City.
Bro, you know how crazy that story sounds? Like even 2 years, it's like, bro, I wish today moved like yesterday.
Right.
Because like, if I could do my podcast for 2 years and I'm just on tour or doing shows in London, I'll be looking forward to it.
No.
Nowadays, you gotta do this for at least 10 years. I'm like, shit.
Bro, it moved fast. You know, it's funny because it moved fast and it moved slow, if that makes sense. Like all of that happened like within probably, like I said, like a 2 year span, and then comes around, I did a mixtape called Going 8 after that. And then that was like, so maybe that was 05. The Going 8 project came out in like 2008.
Okay. So, but Going 8 that's when you kind of got a lot of buzz, right?
Yeah, that's when I started getting buzz. Well, not a lot, but that's when I started getting buzz, especially in New York City. Because again, I used to do a lot of shows. I used to perform with a live band, venue to venue, all from Harlem to Brooklyn to Queens, wherever, you know what I'm saying? Like Lower East Side, wherever it was that there was a show and I could get on the bill and I can get on stage. If it was 5, 10, 15 minutes, 30, whatever, I was rocking.
Wait, all right, so before we move on, Mos Def. We seen recently, well, not too long ago, right? So nobody can deny Mos Def. He's hip hop. You can't deny that.
Right.
100%. But you yourself, you said like you started skateboarding.
Yeah.
Right? And most people, well, me, when I think of hip hop, I think of hood nigga shit. I just think of project, I think of,
right.
And I don't think of, when I think of hood nigga shit, I don't think of skateboarding.
Right.
Respectfully.
Right. No, yeah.
Respectfully. But you're probably hip hop too. Like you're one of them hippity hip hop niggas. Like you're one of them, right? So like you skateboarded, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Mos Def would acknowledge you as hip hop.
Yeah.
But I say that to say hip hop looks different.
Mm-hmm.
But Mos Def go on record to say Drake isn't hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I disagree. I think Drake is hip hop.
Okay.
I think he is. I think he embodies everything that hip hop is, especially through the growth of it. You know what I'm saying? And he's obviously paving ways for other artists to follow.
Better question then. Okay. You coming up under like Mos Def being like him being one of the stars that accepted you first. Give me make me understand what he's saying.
Oh, that's a great question. I think what he's saying is I know they joked because I saw the clip. I know they joked about Drake being like in Target.
Yeah.
So I think I can't speak for Mos Def, right? But if I'm translating if I'm picking apart what he's saying, I'm thinking that there's a certain level of MCing or a certain level of being hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you cross over to a certain area in hip hop, you become commercial. It becomes like pop to some hip hoppers, right? So when you are commercially accepted, then you're not hip hop no more. Do I believe that? No. Because Drake can still get on a beat and rap his ass off. He rap over Primo beats. He rap over, he you know what I'm saying? So
This sparks a great conversation. It makes me want to be like, wait. So when you cross over to like socially acceptable, some people can look at it as not hip hop.
I feel that way.
I say that because
It's kind of like what's underground, right? And what's mainstream.
but it's some really good artists that are mainstream. Lil Wayne, Jay-Z. And when you look at the matter of fact, let's just do this comparison. And I might not be old enough to do this comparison. So help me out.
Is Lil Wayne hip hop?
Come on, bro. Don't ask me that question.
No, I'm just saying.
Duh, yeah.
So why isn't Drake?
No, I think Drake is hip hop.
No,
So I was wondering from your perspective, just from that analogy of like being socially accepted and commercial, right? And you might can help because you're probably more qualified to have this conversation. When I'm looking at Jay-Z and Nas, me, I would think Nas doesn't have the I don't know, he's not acknowledged on a wide spectrum like Jay-Z. And me personally, I think it's because he didn't evolve with the times because he's like a purist when it comes to hip hop. Like he's hip hop. He's hip hop, right? And I think Jay-Z kind of evolved a little bit. He changed the way his rhymes and his schemes. He ain't stayed one lane. And I think it made it easy for him to be socially accepted. What we say Jay-Z isn't hip hop though?
I wouldn't.
Never.
Yeah, I wouldn't. And I think that, yeah. So again, I feel like certain people get into that like purist conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like what's a purist?
But I feel like even a purist would acknowledge Jay-Z as hip hop though. Even a purist. My opinion. I don't know. Oh, say it.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead, say it. It's fine.
Most was saying hip hop is a spectrum. So on a 1 to 10, Drake isn't 1. He's a little watered down. That's what he was saying if you watch the whole clip.
Okay.
Again, watered down could be commercial pop, right?
Okay.
Because you're making music that's
Give him another name. Like, don't call it hip hop. Call it pop or something. I don't know.
nah, it's all hip hop.
It all
Okay.
is, yeah.
It's all hip hop. That's what I'm saying. Like it's all hip hop
Okay.
to me. Just like your comparison with Mos Def and with Jay-Z and Nas.
Yeah.
It's like I always said that too. Like to me, Nas is an MC, right? Jay-Z is a rapper.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Oh, okay. I like that.
Not that Jay-Z can't MC or can't be, is not a lyricist, but to me, he's and I feel like that's what Drake. Drake is a rapper, but it's still hip hop.
Do you think some artists, right? Let's put rapper and MC in the same. Some artists, do you think some artists care so much about the craft that it's like, I'm not going to do anything outside of my comfort zone because I believe in this. This is the purist, right? I'm a MC.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep it as MC because this how it should be.
Yeah.
Where the rapper is like, man, I'm gonna do something different. I don't mind going out on a limb and doing something different.
Right.
Do you look at it like that?
I do. I think that's what, that I guess that's my definition of a rapper. A rapper is going to make records, right? Like they're going to do whatever it takes to make a record, like a bop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where MCs sometimes, not all of them, but sometimes they get into that like, man, I'm going to stay pure to what I came here to do. This is my lane. This is what I want to speak on. I'm not going to speak on anything that is, like if I'm not going to
I'm not going commercial. I ain't going pop.
I don't. Yeah, it's hard to define it, but it's like, you know, like a MC might be like, the black woman is a queen and stuff, right? But then a rapper gonna be like, she a bitch.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not meaning it the same,
Yeah,
but,
but it's
just
making
like,
the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a MC might never. He like, I'm never gonna call a woman a bitch.
So where do you think you fall in between the spectrum of an MC and rapper?
Nah, but I think I'm both. I think I can be both. You know what I mean? At times, I think if you listen to my catalog, you'll hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I pride myself in just making good music. You know, I'm more of I'm a lifestyle rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make music for the everyday man and woman. So I'm gonna give people my life and their life at the same time. When I, you know what I mean? And it's all gonna be cool. It's gonna be a good vibe. It's gonna be good energy. And that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to creating music.
Okay, so wait. I'm a part of this. People I'm about to categorize. Outside of like your core fans, I feel like when people hear Stalley, they think of MMG.
Yeah.
But as we just had conversations, it goes way before MMG, right? Even to the fact that like you was working with Dame Dash, DD 172,
Yep.
and Creative Control.
Yes.
How did that happen?
So that happened, again, being outside, New York City, performing everywhere. I actually did a show. I believe it was at BB King's. It was me, Mickey Fax, Wiz Khalifa, and Currency, and I want to say Styles P was on that show. Maybe other people, you know, but I think I remember
What
those.
year
were the
is
names.
this? Give me a reference.
I think
'cause-
2009. I think 2009.
So we talking about like prime
2009.
Styles P. Did Styles drop
I Get High. Yeah, I believe that was. Yeah. So, yeah, he performed that, went crazy. The place.
And Currency
went
is
crazy.
already
Currency
Lil
is,
Wayne rap.
after that. So he's like, he's about to get into Pilot Talk, basically. But this was before Pilot Talk, though. So this is like, what is it, like maybe Fly Society times, like when he was really killing that's what he was, right?
What Wiz Khalifa was this? This wasn't Cabin Fever, right?
No. This was,
I'm about to say this way.
This was was Flight School. This was Flight School Wiz.
Damn, okay, yeah. So
This was 501 Levi's and Flight Club.
So y'all,
like,
y'all,
that Wiz.
y'all paint the picture, y'all.
Yeah, so we all at BB King's, we do a show. I want to say it was the CMJ Festival, music festival. We all perform. Everybody gets off stage. I don't know how the conversation came about, but I think Mickey was talking to maybe Currency and Wiz, and they were all saying they were going back to see Dame. And they was like, oh, at DD 172, but nobody knew what it was at the time. And I want to say Creative Control might have been there with Currency. He might have had them, because they might have already been in talks with, however. So anyways, we leave the show. We all end up back at this space, DD 172 with Dame Dash. And we all just chopping it up. Creative Control, Cootie and Chike. Cootie was the one that did the Genius documentary for Kanye on Netflix. Excuse me. So we all there. They're filming everything. Just a general, just a conversation. We get, like, I think, start rapping. It's MCs in the building. There's rappers in the building. So we just start rapping. And then Dame was like, basically like, yo, I'm opening this space. It's DD 172. It's kind of like a collective space where kind of art gallery slash music hub. He was like, we got Ski Beats. Ski Beats was there as well. Shout out to Ski. Ski Beats was there. He's like, we got Ski Beats here. He produces, Ski did like all of Reasonable Doubt, him and Clark Kent and those guys. So he's, and he did Camp Lowe's stuff too. I don't know if you're familiar with Camp Lowe. I know you're a little young, but
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I embrace my youth.
Yeah. But Lucchini, that's all. Lucchini falling from the sky. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, Ski is there. We there. And then Dame was basically, he just opened it up for us. He was like, yo, if you guys are in the city anytime, you guys can feel free, come here, create. We got the studio here. We got cameramen and videographers and editors on deck. It's just use this as a space to be able to create content. This was before all of the content game.
How much did this help your career at that time? Do you remember?
Oh, mega, man. Like that day, I think from that day, the first day we went and the first day I met him, I was there every day for probably like 2-3 years straight.
And you dropped one of your big singles.
Yeah, I dropped Address came from out of that with me and Currency, but I dropped the autobiography. Yeah. So I had put together, so around that same time, I put together this mixtape called The Autobiography. And that's what I was like really performing at that time. So I probably was performing those records at that show that I'm telling you about. And then I ended up shooting a music video for The Autobiography out of DD172 with Creative Control. And that was the first music video I ever recorded or shot.
So wait, so how long after, because I'm still, like you said, I'm young, so I'm trying to figure out, how long after, this was post Rock Nation or Rockefeller?
Yes.
How long after? Like what was the gap, I guess?
It's got to be, it was years. Because
I want to say,
I think they stopped being Rockefeller, or I think they stopped dealing with each other around the Black Album. So when did the Black Album release?
Was that 2004?
03, 04? I want to say, I want to say the Black Album is when they stopped like being Rockefeller. Like when Rockefeller kind of like.
So it's like 4 years.
Yeah. Was completely like not it. Like no more.
2004?
Yeah, 2004.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, 03.
November,
yeah. So
okay.
I think 04, it was, 03, 04, it was done. So yeah, you talking 4 or 5 years later.
Dame still.
Because this was like 2009.
Okay, so Dame still going crazy. He got Currency. He got, before you, it was Currency, Wiz Khalifa. That was the two big names, right?
Yeah, and then he had like the Black Keys come through there. I don't know, they're like a rock band. They actually from Ohio too. Shout out to the Black Keys. But he had the Black Keys who they like mega now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so him creating that, right? Him being able to create all of this, like, I guess, how would you look at Dame Dash now?
I mean, I look at him the same. Like, I mean, he's a great business mind. You know what I'm saying? He's obviously a mogul. He has amazing ideas. You know what I'm saying? And he continues to reinvent himself. Business. You know what I mean?
He's definitely one of. You definitely gotta get. It's crazy because I think I seen him say on Vlad when this is a long time ago. He was saying that he could see the inspiration from Revolt of creative control. Do you see that? Because you see that? Because you were
for sure
in
for
that
sure.
time.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I will say this. I mean, I could be wrong, but before I got around DD172 and Creative Control, before I got around Cootie and Chike and those guys, like, I didn't know any other artists that were filming everything. Like the even vlogs, right? Vlogs came about through Creative Control. I don't remember any artist before that like documenting every thing they did.
So you're telling me it wasn't Soulja Boy that did it first. It was Creative Control.
I mean, maybe Soulja Boy. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. That's your age group, right?
I'm sure somewhere Soulja Boy would say he was the first rapper to do this. So you gonna go on record and tell me that Soulja Boy wasn't the first person to do a vlog, and it was Dame Dash? That's what you gonna sit up here and tell me?
I'm gonna say Dame, man. I'm gonna say Dame because I wasn't Soulja Boy the first one on YouTube though.
Bro, I don't know.
I think he was.
That's what he said.
No, I think he was though. Honestly, I think he was.
Because I feel like it was a rapper somewhere that had like proof of like they were on YouTube before him. I think I don't know who it was, but I remember who was it? It was MySpace. Okay.
Soulja Boy. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought he was the first one on YouTube.
I feel like it was a rapper that came out. No, it was a rapper that came out and showed like the proof.
You want to know I'm gonna tell you how old I am, right? You know the first person I remember on YouTube is the Unforgettable nigga. Remember him? Remember him?
Who was that?
He
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, unforgivable. Yeah, he used to be like unforgivable. Like he used to tell these stories or something. I don't even know if he was saying unforgettable. It was something like that. But that's the first nigga I ever knew to be. Yeah, no, that's what he was. Bro, I'm telling you, look it up. Yeah, he was walking around in the woods like on some Blair Witch Project.
I don't
stuff.
even remember that shit.
Bro, you got to look it up.
I'm going to look up that.
Because it's probably still on there. That
Okay.
joint should have 1 billion views now. Like, cause
That's
I'm telling
crazy.
you, whenever I first heard of YouTube, I think it was because of him, bro.
Okay, so we're going to give it a,
But like,
we gonna give it a Dame Dash. Let me ask you this. Do you think he get the respect he deserves?
Dame,
Mm-hmm.
I do, and you know, I do and I don't. Just because I feel like people try to dismiss or discredit everything that he's ever done just because of
He's outspoken.
exactly, or you know, they might disagree with one or two things, and then it's like everything he ever said or did was not valid. Or they might be Jay-Z fans and he's not valid. You know what I mean? Like, so for whatever reason, but I think that can he get more, I guess, credit and love? Probably. You know what I'm saying? I think we all can. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I think we all pioneer things in a certain way that deserves like to be spoken on, and I feel like he's one of those people.
Yo, I'm usually the one in the room always just joking about me being old, but I'm going to shift it to you because you want that, so I'm going to let you have that title.
I'm not
But-
old though.
You've been saying you so that's what you've been saying. So listen, I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna soak all the knowledge up.
Yeah. I'm wise. Wisdom. I'm
Okay.
giving you wisdom.
You wise. Let me ask you this, bro. You've been in the game so long. We see people like a Dame Dash who speaks on things, right? But then we see people like a Jay-Z who probably haven't been as vocal.
Mm-hmm.
And you see how it can hurt a Dame Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's worth it?
In what sense?
Of your career, of your legacy, of what you're trying to build, do you think it's worth it to stand on what you believe in so much?
I think it's mandatory to protect your legacy, especially when you are doing it from the heart and you're doing it with good intentions. So if your belief follows those things, your beliefs follow those things, and that's what you want to see happen, and that's what you want to make happen in other people's lives when it comes to, like you said, if I'm giving you advice because I've been in this for X amount of years, I'm going to stand on it, but I'm going to also do it in a way that you receive it in a good way. Right? You know what I mean? I don't want you to take it and be like, well, like you said, like, well, he did it this way, or he took the shortcut, or he, you know, was wilding, so I can wild and do it. You know what I mean? So I think that you just got to basically do it in a way where you can be a good example. And I think it's worth it then, to answer your question.
Yeah. Nah, I just say that because I feel like Dame is definitely somebody that deserves his just due and his flowers. And I feel like you said, man, a lot of times his history with so many other people overpowers or have him overlooked because of people. It might rub people the wrong way.
It goes back to what you said, like when we first started the conversation, be a good person.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If you be a good person, not many people have anything to say bad about you.
Nah, facts.
So it's all about how you affect people's, you know, that's why they always say, watch who you step on your way to the top. You know what I mean?
I swear, bro, I think somebody told me this years ago. They like, bro, a person, they'll forget your face. They might even forget your name, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly.
And that's how I try to move. Like, man, I don't care if I'm outside having a bad day. Somebody say, y'all watch your podcast? Well, for real? My podcast? Thank you. You see my podcast?
Right.
Nah, and I mean it. I'm dead.
Yeah,
Like,
of course. Same with me.
Damn.
Like, you know, like anybody come to me and they say my name or say a song or listen to anything or they shout BCG or whatever, like, bro, it's a humbling experience. You know what I mean?
So wait, bro, let's go. I know that people probably waiting. I have no idea. Like, given the history, given the type of music you make, maybe you can answer this. What did Rick Ross see in you to sign you to MMG?
Talent. He saw, a dope MC. He saw a dope artist.
But it was so different though
It
than what
was.
you see at MMG.
Right, it was. But I can't speak for him. That's a question that, I guess he has to answer.
You never asked him?
No, from when I first met him, you know what I mean? Like, from what he told me was like, at that time, DD 172 was going on. We were doing a lot of content. A lot of the content was being on MTV Jams and MTV, just regular MTV as well. And he saw the video with me and Currency, the address video. We shot that out in Jamaica. And he said, he was like, yo, I saw Currency before. He was like, but then when you came on rapping, he was like, I was like, who this dude? He was like, you had your head up and you was rapping. He was like, and I'm listening. He was like, I'm like, yo, this dude's spitting. You know what I mean? And then that's what kind of piqued his interest in, like, finding out who I was. And he, I guess he started following me and kind of paying attention to what I was doing. And at that time, I was doing everything independent. I was on tour overseas. Then I was in China doing shows. I was all over the country, like domestically all over the country doing shows. So this was all independent, and he was seeing all of this, what I mean, just off of social media. And that's what made him,
How did that call happen? Like, what happened? Like,
he reached out to Currency, and Currency called me and was like, yo, Ross wanted to get a hold of you or whatever. And then he was like, I just was calling. I was just asking to see if it's okay to give him your number. And then I was like, I don't know what he want, but I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And then Currency was like, yeah, I don't know. He was like, he just asked me, so I'm asking you before I give your number out. And I was like, well, I appreciate that. But I was like, yeah, you could give him, my number. And then Ross called me, and then I think he, like, probably 2 days later, I went to, he was on the I Am Music tour with Lil Wayne. They was on tour together, and I went down to Dallas and met him down there. And we chopped it up, and he, I went on the tour bus with him, and he was just like, bro, he told me that story I was telling you, just like how he found out about me and that he was, vibing with me and listening to me and all that. And he was like, yo, I want to sign you to MMG.
What's going through your mind? First of all, before that, shout out to Currency for being a real nigga.
Yeah.
Because some niggas that I'm like, yo, you sure you don't want to holler at me, bro? Like, I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
right.
But no, shout out to Currency for being a real nigga.
Shout out to Currency.
So on that, what's going through your mind on that tour bus when he like, y'all want to sign you?
Man, I was kind of like, I don't even know, bro. Like, I'm just, all kind of emotions, but it was just dope to kind of like, to see that all the hard work and all the, just all the hard work that I put in was like actually being like recognized, you know what I'm saying? Whether it would have happened or not, or I would have ended up being with MMG or not. I mean, I was, but it was just a blessing, bro. Like, for real. Like, it was a blessing to like have somebody actually reach out and be interested in Stalley. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're dope.
Yo, so how was that?
Because again,
time?
I spent all those years from, like I said, before meeting the Mos Def in the store to that point, it was like a lot that went into it. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, like, even when I was with MMG, I think some people, again, commercial, right? A lot of people didn't know the grind and the gritting that I went through to get to that point. They thought, like, Ross just found me and was like, well, here's Stalley, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, like, I put in blood, sweat, and tears. I put in a lot of work. I put up a lot of my money, I had a lot of, I had manager at the time who invested in me, you know what I mean, made sure that I got things and got places I needed to be. Like, it was a lot that we sacrificed, you know what I'm saying? So it was well earned, and I just appreciate Ross for even like acknowledging seeing that.
Yo, you touched on something that probably a lot of people, a lot of fans or supporters probably wouldn't even understand. Yo, how was that moment when, like, you on this high, you on this mountaintop almost, and like you come into a situation and people judging you like, who is this nigga? Like, how, did that hurt your confidence? Like, how was that for you mentally?
It never hurted my confidence. It was something new though, right? I won't lie, because I'm somebody, again, who I'm all over New York City. New York, it's the Mecca. This is hip hop. Like, this is the birth of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going everywhere. I'm going overseas. Like I said, I'm in Beijing. I'm like everywhere, and I'm getting love. People are loving the music. I'm selling out shows, everything. And then so to kind of receive those snarky comments or people be like, who this? Why this nigga? Who the, you know, of course you're going to be like, what? Like, who are you? Like, because anybody can say anything on the internet, you know what I mean? But did it bother me? Nah. It didn't shift nothing. It didn't make me change who I was. It didn't make me become a different artist. Like, I was always me through the process because I believed in myself. You know what I'm saying? That being me and believing in myself and being the artist that I am is what got Ross to call me anyway.
So wait though, because at this time, the poster boys for MMG, and let me not say that because that might not sound as appealing, but MMG
Right.
was Rick Ross, Meek Mill, Wale, and I feel like
Stalley.
Wait, was that the same time you came after, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm just
no, that's cool. So we got Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Wale, and even in a moment, and I would love to have a conversation with Wale about this, but I feel like we saw for a quick moment, Wale even tried to like start making more of, because we talk about MC and rapper, right? Like we see like flashy music. I feel like it was a moment where Wale tried to make those rap, and they were good, but it wasn't Wale. And I'm wondering, did you fall into that hole of trying to make flashy rap, being more of a rapper than an MC who you truly were?
Nah, I mean, you can listen to my catalog before and after, or before, during, and after.
And you never felt no pressure to make different music at all?
I mean, I guess doing it and feeling it is two different things. So maybe there was some pressure to do it because it doesn't even come from, it comes from a label because it's a music business, right? So when you're in the music business, you're going to have people that want to, they're going to want you to do things that's good for their business. Right?
Okay.
That's what happens when you sign to a label or you sign to you got to get with their business and you got to help their business. So of course, you know, there might have been whispers or there might have been, even if they didn't want to, you know what I mean? They might have been like, hey, you should rap over this beat. You know, you should talk about this. You know, it might have been but it wasn't like, nigga, do this.
Okay.
Or you out of here. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. It was just,
I feel like, but it's funny that you said that. Like they would suggest things because even that, it was proven that artists being themselves was the win, because I think outside of Ross, Meek Mill was the only one that went diamond. We could do fact check. That was MMG, and it was off of like a song with like a Jeremiah or something like that. Like it was a love song. Like he was the only one that really had a lot of yeah. And it was like
Meek,
off
you
of,
saying?
Wale.
Oh yeah, Wale.
Yeah, and you would think at the time, because Meek was out of here. Like you would thought of Meek. It was Wale.
Yeah, but Wale been Wale, right? Even before the MMG situation.
I'm from Baltimore, so you can't.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
yeah.
I'm
So
right?
I would say yeah. I would say yeah.
I mean, I think the world would say yeah.
Because the mixtape about nothing.
Wale was like, I mean, the
mixtape about nothing.
He
was
very
crazy.
successful. Yeah,
yeah.
No, I'm just saying, he was very. He had
like,
records on the radio and had, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That was before MMG.
Yeah,
so,
but we can't ignore the spotlight that they put on you, because during that time, right, you were nominated for Best Mixtape BET Awards, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you can't ignore what it does for you. So what happened and what goes left? Why I say I'd rather go my separate ways?
I mean, it's just a feeling you get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, we've been talking for man. I feel like you my friend now.
Yeah.
What happened, nigga? Like, what was wrong?
I mean, it's just a feeling you get. Like, just I told you all of the things that I went through, right? Before meeting Mos Def, after meeting Mos Def, before meeting Dame, before meeting Ross. So I've always just had an indie spirit. I've always had a spirit of just doing things my way and just being creative and expressing myself creatively. And when I feel like anything hinders that, then I'm going to remove myself from that. You know, my mom used to tell me, like, growing up playing sports or playing basketball or being in a relationship or whatever, it's like when you fall out of love with something, it's time to move. Or if something starts to kind of like make you feel a certain way about something, you got to kind of readjust to find that passion and that love again, if that makes sense. And if I ever feel anything that's stepping in the way of that, then I got to take a couple steps back. And that's just, that's just what it was.
Can I respectfully challenge the thought? Just, you know what it sound like? They say like when you done having fun with it, I'll be done with it. Like when I'm done having fun with it, I'll be done with it. It sounds similar to that. And I hear people say that. I just necessarily don't agree. Because I feel like these things, we talk about marriage. Let's just compare it to marriage. Marriage can be very challenging. But when you put in the work, you understand the value of it, working out all of these things. So it might be a time period where I'm not having fun with it.
Right.
But I get nothing from quitting, from leaving.
Yeah. So I shouldn't say that I was ever not having fun with it. I should say that if I am trying to express myself creatively and I don't feel like someone is pushing that or believing in it, I don't want to be a partner with you.
Okay. Again, though, you had your highest success. Nominated mixtape BET Awards. And just like I asked you about Dame, what's worth it? Like, can we swallow our pride for a second to make something work for the benefit of the future?
We can't when it's jeopardizing your beliefs and your morals.
What is your belief in morals, though? What is that?
It's
on a grand scheme of things.
Well, if I don't want to make if my image is my image, right? And I don't want to be perceived as a flashy street, I don't want to even put myself in those situations, then why am I?
Some would say,
because then you're not
who you are.
Exactly. Why would I lose myself for the fame and attention, or for the popularity, or to get a hit record, or whatever the case may be? I'm speaking in that language. If it doesn't feel good, I'm not going to do it.
This conversation
and if you don't believe, I'm not going to do it. I'm not here to make you believe.
Nah, I get it. It reminds me of the conversation that Steve Harvey had with Monique. Y'all remember that conversation? Yes. It reminded me of that. And it's like, whose side do you like? Because you can, like, whose side do you, because I understand Steve. It's like, I got to feed my family. Monique, like, that ain't me. Fuck what you talking about. But it's like, I understand both sides. So it's like, okay.
And some people will do things to feed their family. But if you come to me and you like, I got this great idea for a podcast and I got somebody that wants to invest in the podcast, but you have to sign off for it, and then I say no, how would that make you feel? If it's going to be life-changing.
So, again, if was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Right.
I ain't been in this situation. So it's easy for a nigga to be like, yeah, man, that's my brother. I'll take a bullet for that nigga. The gun, you looking at a gun, yeah, what you gonna do now? So it's easy to say what if. I know it probably will hurt my feelings, right? And I don't know. That's why I'm asking straight from the source, because you've been in, and I just be wondering, like, looking back on it, I know we always say we don't have no regrets, but I wonder if we could change as a man. Like, if it's somebody that's going through something that, like, if it's something you could change, would you look back and be like, you know what, I might have could have buzzed a little bit?
Nah.
Shit, that's fair.
I budged a little bit. I was there.
Damn. That's real, though. That's real, bro. I think that's real. I think what happened is we talk about this conversation, we talk about the industry a lot. It's easy to look at things on the screen, again, because I'm interviewing you, I do my research, but I'm still a spectator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to look at somebody and be like, that look good. Oh, I would. Like, you have no idea. Like, you have no idea. Like, so, like, nah, I get it. And I can only just take the answer, like, I get it. Damn, that's crazy. Okay,
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
that's real. That's real. Damn.
Literally and figuratively.
That's a fact. They got some moissanite diamonds right now.
Yeah.
That look pretty good. It's a moist. You know what I'm saying? I might second thought it. Be like, I'm good. Nah, not right now. But you could have got me. But nah, man, I get it. I get it. So moving forward, we got this track with KD.
Yep.
I feel like nobody saw this coming. Maybe you. Maybe we ain't see it coming.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? I'm just curious. Like, what's going on? Like, what's up?
Man, KD, shout out to him. DMV, right?
Yeah.
Shout out KD is my brother, man. But you know, that's my brother. That's the homie. And you know, we talk almost every day. You know what I'm saying? And he just is a hip hopper. You know what I mean? He's somebody who's really into music. He's always from what I understand, he's always made music, produced beats, things like that. So in the summer, some off time, he got a studio in the crib. He hit me and was like, yo, send me a track. And that's how the record came about.
Wait. Bro, I ain't about to skate over this, bro. KD bought you some sneakers before, the first time you met him, right?
Yeah.
Wait, how did this happen?
So a long time ago, this was like, I think this was right when I signed to MMG, which is funny. I was down in D.C. and I was working with Wale and Black Cobain and all of those guys, you know, down there. And we were down there shooting a video too. We were shooting a music video, and I was living in New York. We were about to leave and head back to New York. I had stopped in a sneaker store out in D.C., me and my wife, and we in there and we just, you know, looking around. And I was going to get these Jordans that hadn't been out yet, right? Or they was coming out later, but he was going to let us get them early. I should say that. So I went to go pick them up. KD walks in the store. He's in there. He's, you know, doing the same thing, I guess, shopping, looking around. We chop it up for a second. Then he leaves. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go, you know, back up to the crib, back to New York. He's like, all right, yo, see you soon. Be, you know, safe, right? Whatever. So then he bounces and I go to the counter. I'm like, yo, can I get this 2 pairs of sneakers or whatever? And then he's like, yeah, here you go. He hand me the sneakers and I'm like, okay, what I owe you? He's like, oh, nah. He's like, KD took care of them. He's like, he got them for you. I was like, oh, that's love. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you ain't even, like...
I ain't know nothing.
First of all, I just want to give you this prop, bro. You tell stories immaculate. It's immaculate. Like, every time you speak it, I'm sorry, all I hear is la, 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 la. And, like, and when you saying it, I could just see, like, a comic book, like, the guy pulling the sneakers on, and, like, Katie walking up, like, nah, he got him. Like, I can hear the voices. I'm like, damn.
I appreciate it.
Shout out to your storyteller. It's crazy. Right. So, I'm just listening. All I hear is, yo, look, if you're watching the interview, right, put the instrumental over. I swear to God, it's going to hit different. Right. That shit is funny. But, yeah, okay. So wait, so you don't know this man from Adam and Eve, he buys you sneakers. Wait, but how do you take that? Because niggas from the hood, like, you can take that 2 different ways. Like, bro, what the, like, especially with my lady, like, what you trying to do? Like, what you good?
Nah, I mean, you know, you gonna have, you know, that thought, like,
like you good?
Trying to show me out, man. Like, I got bread. Like,
I got time to get his money back.
But I'll keep my bread. You know what I mean? He got more bread. You know? so good looking, KD. Shit, he could buy me some shoes right now. Paul. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I took it as a gesture. I was like, that's very dope. Again, I don't think anybody ever did that for me, you know what I'm saying? And I just thought that was ill, you know what I'm saying? For him to even kind of like consider that or think about doing that. Because again, we ain't know each other like that. That was kind of like that weekend, I believe I seen him in the studio the day before and then the next day in the store. And so that's the only interactions we had. So for him to kind of be like, whatever, I don't know what he said because, you know, the dude ain't tell me, but whatever he said, he was like, whatever he got, I got it or whatever, or he took care of it. And I just thought that was love.
Why can't I never get lucky like
you know
this?
what's so crazy now that I think about it? I should have bought more stuff. I should have been like, shit. Oh, word. Let me get nah.
That's what he said?
Yeah, word. He got whatever I want. Okay.
You see them Red October?
Right, yeah.
We going sneaker shopping.
We gonna go crazy, bro. But again, you know, that was love. And then in between that time, we kind of bumped into each other here and there. like me going to some games, seeing them there, and just kind of being out and about, maybe like an event or two. So yeah, it's just always kind of kept in contact. We had mutual friends too, like, you know what I'm saying, that was like close to him, and that I knew. His brother, you know, just, you know, it was always kind of like what's that, 6 degrees of separation?
Okay.
Is that what that, yeah.
So wait, I know what it is now. KD a Maryland nigga. He a master manipulator. He was sowing his seeds since the beginning. He gonna be like, yo, 6 years from now, I'm gonna send that nigga a song and he better do that song.
That might have been the case, but
so wait, so he hit you, say, yo, I got this song I want to do.
No. So he just was, I guess, in the studio working, and he was like, yo, he was like, Styles, send me a record, like, you know what I'm saying, like something to get on or whatever. And at first I'm like,
send him
me
one of your records.
Yeah, it's for him to get on.
See, that's a second disrespect. Like, wait, what? Send you my record?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, bro,
You don't fucking play, bro.
right? Yeah, exactly. No, that's why I'm thinking. I'm like, bro, like, I'd really do this, like, but I know that he, you know, like, he really into it. So I'm like, it did take me a minute to kind of like figure out what to send him.
Okay.
So
you sent him a throwaway?
No, I didn't. That's the thing. So I didn't want to, cause I'm not playing. I'm like, this is me. Like, just like I tell people this all the time. Like, if I was to go run, do an open gym run with them, right? Mm-hmm. And it's him and a whole bunch of other NBA players, they not gonna pick me up if I'm trash, right?
Yeah.
Or that if I do get on the court and I play, they gonna be like, you gonna have to sit this next one out.
Yeah.
You out here trying to hurt niggas and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you're not moving like them. So that's kind of how I feel when it comes to the music. So we have another friend. So we're in a group chat as well. You know, we're in a group chat and there's a lot of us in there. So one of the homies that's a mutual friend of both of ours, my man Trey, I was speaking to him one day and he was playing some of KD's music that he had been working on.
Okay.
So mind you, I never heard KD's music that he's been working on, but I heard this and I'm like, oh, that's KD. You know, I was impressed. I'm like, yo, he hard, like he can go. So that was when I was like, I got a record for him.
Okay.
Because I heard the vibe and where he was at creatively. And then I'm like, oh, so then I remember I had the record. I think I played it for Trey first or sent it to him. I was like, yo, is this, you know, this something that he's like, on, like the wave he's on? And then Trey was like, yeah, you should send him that. That's when I sent it over.
Now, I know I joke a lot, but he actually went crazy.
Definitely.
But he sound like one of them purest rappers too, though. Like a hip MC.
Yeah.
I was surprised because, like, usually, like, when I hear, like, hoopers that rap, they rap like the young kids, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they rap like them.
Right.
So when I heard KD, I'm like, wait, what?
Nah, he really do this. And he really, he a student. He really, like, bro, he really, like, we have conversations. Like, he know what he talking
Was you
about when it comes
surprised?
to music. I was. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, what about the feedback?
No, the feedback's been incredible.
It's like
been
niggas is
incredible.
rocking with this.
I'm so happy for him because I know he might say that he doing this for fun or but I know that it means something to him because he is a hip hopper.
Brian, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would probably have to get on a phone call with Katie, like, bro, stop telling niggas you do this for fun, bro. You on the track with me, bro. You making me look bad. Tell me you do this for fun. Like, this ain't no play.
But that's why, again, I say this, like, one of my thing is when I create music and I do a collaboration, I want it to be a great song. I want it to be a great record. I don't care who it is. So I picked that record and that vibe because I wanted it to be a record. That's a song. It's a great hook, great bars by me and him. But it wasn't like I was going to send him something like, oh, I'm about to send him this and I'm going to out-rap him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, he's not a rapper. I just want to do whatever it takes to make a great record, and that's what we accomplished. And I'm so happy that the feedback has been so positive and that everybody's been tapped in and listening. I see a lot of people making highlight mixtapes to it. Like, all you kids out there, Scared Money, I want to see y'all little high school mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? I want the videos y'all sending to these colleges, put that scared money on there, put it on Instagram so we can repost it. But I love seeing that, though. I've been seeing that on Instagram and TikTok. I just love the reception that he's been getting from other athletes, from artists, from just the people in general. You know, it's just dope to see. And I think that it's the speaking of the awards, that's collaboration of the year. Ain't nobody make I don't know who can top it. And ain't nobody made that much noise. I know we only in March, but ain't nobody made that much noise in hip hop all year or in the last 6 months. Stalley and KD did it. See, you can't even think of nobody else. Grammys, holla at us.
I told you.
BET Awards, holla at us.
Hey,
imagine KD 7 foot coming to get that award.
Bro, I told you we've been chopping it up for so long. You feel like you my man.
Yeah, we are.
So don't
like,
tell me, don't ask me no questions you don't want to answer to. Because it's been somebody that made noise. But it's not fair, though.
Who?
So I give you a strong number
Who?
2. What do you mean, who?
Yay?
Yes. What are you saying? Go crazy if you go crazy. Go ahead.
Nah.
Shade room, holla at me. Go crazy if you want to. What you talking about?
I mean, Yay is Yay.
All right then.
No, I'm a Yay.
All right.
I'm a Yay fan.
All right,
so.
I'm a Yay too. That sounds.
Yay. See? I'm a Yay. I'm a Yay. I'm a Yay. I'm a Yay. No. Is that's what he should? Hey, you know
like
how?
that
No. But you know how
I'm a
they got
yayer.
the beehive? I'm a Yay.
I'm a yayer.
Yeah, I'm a Yay.
I'm a grown ass man. I ain't about to
I'm
call
a
myself no Yay. I ain't no. I'm a no.
You stupid. But yeah.
I give you
Kanye,
that. I
yeah,
give you
for
that.
sure.
I give you that.
Kanye, send me some beats. Send me and KD some beats, man.
But so let me ask you this then. Because I know you from Ohio, but you got some New York in you. You're a New York nigga,
big time.
Low key, for real.
Yeah.
So you want it tight that everybody they overlooking you talking about KD on your song. So basically he out raps you on your song. I'm just saying.
But you know why? If you see more chatter about him, it's because he did what he's supposed to do. He's KD, bro.
I don't think Jay-Z said that about Eminem.
No, he's KD, bro.
I don't think Jay-Z was like, oh, that's Eminem. He probably didn't say that, though. He probably said that shit.
I've done records with a lot of people, from Rick Ross. Who else? Scarface.
Get crazy. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's a wide range. Nobody ever spanked me on a record, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Go listen to any of them records.
I ain't mad at that. You supposed to say that.
No, it's a fact.
KD spanks you, bro. I'm a troll.
Oh man, nah, but shout out. See, I'm trying to shout out to KD though.
Nah.
But
he did good.
No,
though.
he did.
He snapped though,
and
I was not
like
expecting that
again,
shit.
like I mean, we here talking about it too. Like I'm talking about it because it is KD, bro, and it's legendary, bro. Like to have a future Hall of Famer, like. As soon as when he take his sneakers off, he walking straight into the Hall of Fame.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? So they better be talking about his verse. They better be talking about him because for him to step off the court and into the music, that's like me going out, like I said, and playing against them and scoring 30. Niggas gonna be like, they ain't gonna talk about the NBA niggas. They gonna talk about Stalley.
You think KD get overlooked?
On the court?
Yeah.
I do sometimes. I do.
I don't know.
I do. And again, I think that a lot of people it's the Dame Dash thing, right? Because, you know, the Warriors situation and all that. I think people try to discredit his legacy or the things that he's done because they feel like that was a sour thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I was salty too because, you know, he played against my Cavs and they beat him. But, you know what I'm saying? So I was salty too. But at the same time, it's what you said. Do what makes you happy. Do what you got to do to get what you need to get.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't the biggest NBA like fan, but I fuck with the new NBA players. And I say that to say like, because, bro, I'm kind of with you. I might ask questions to evoke emotions. I'm with you with this shit. I'm indie for real, keep it 100. Because these companies don't give a damn. And the minute you do some foul stuff, you out of there. So y'all niggas talking rings? Man, y'all niggas want to keep doing this fake ass this loyalty to, you know, damn loyalty. Boy, it's still a job.
Right.
Loyalty.
Right.
Man, you can, Simon said, I might play devil's advocate and joke, but
No, I get. Yeah,
Hey.
that's what you're supposed to do.
so I get it, bro. Like
Yeah.
I think KD is really one of the greatest niggas to do it.
of course,
Hands down.
hands down,
Easy.
easy.
So like
It's not even, bro. He changed. I mean, you can say that he changed and revolutionized the game in many ways. I mean, being 6'11", 7 foot, having the goods. You know, pause. Like he do everything.
you gotta relax.
No, I'm just saying. Like,
gotta chill, bro.
He doing. I paused it, bro. But he doing everything.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
nothing that he ain't doing at that size. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Stalley, everybody. Nah, bro. But no, I mean that, bro, that's fire, bro. I
but
think-
again, you know what I'm saying? And back to that, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm happy that the record is out. Make sure y'all go and support it. Scared Money. I'm independent, so go buy it. Buy it for me. You know what I'm saying? KD already got it.
yeah.
You buying it for
Tell that
Stalley.
nigga go promote it some more, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
KD, go. You hear it here. Promote it some
Now you
more,
got his
bro.
number, text him.
Yeah, I'm gonna text him too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
tell
let him
him
know.
to
I'm
do
gonna
an
tell.
interview.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him do it. But again, back to him, bro. It's appreciated, and I be telling people since we homies, and I was telling, bro, KD did, and again talking that like, bro, there ain't a. Speaking of you talk, I know you was joking about him getting me on the record or whatever, but with KD. He did what no rapper could have did for that record.
No, yeah. I mean, I think it was good. Just tell him about the front.
No, I'm just saying, like, with the conversation.
Do you see this being a real thing for him in the future?
I think it could be. I mean, if he wants to,
You talk
who
to him.
knows?
Do you think it would be?
I don't know. I can't gauge it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know. But I think it could be. I be
Yeah.
telling him, I'm like, yo, bro, you should put out some music. Or you should put out an EP. I think he should.
Yeah, no, I think
do.
it'll be good. I think it'll be fire, man. Nah, this is good, bro. This is good.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Pulling
Nah,
up
I
again,
appreciate
bro,
you.
for real, man. Anything you got? The project you pushing?
Yeah,
About
so the project, sorry. The name of the album is Peerless. It's dropping later this month, hopefully. If not, April. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a date on it, but it's coming soon. I'm going to just say that. Like, Peerless coming soon. Scared Money featuring Kevin Durant out right now. Make sure y'all stream that. Favorite it, add it to your playlist, download it, whatever you do, but just play it to death. You know what I'm saying? The video is out also. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channels. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, of course.
You gonna start posting more, bro?
Yeah, I'm going to start posting more.
Don't sit here and lie.
I am.
All right.
I am.
You gonna do? We're gonna do a collab post.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you. I got you.
You a
But-
man of your word.
No, I
Integrity,
got-
motherfucker. All right,
My word,
God,
on
God.
camera.
All right.
But Instagram, Twitter, @Stalley. Follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to get my TikTok on. I ain't doing no dancing on there, but I'm trying to get my TikTok up. It's Stalley BCG.
Stalley, guys. I appreciate you, my nigga.
Appreciate
J Hill Podcast. This is great. It's a wrap. We out.